Hey, what's happening? Checking out the 1987 Hoffman EP Flatland machine right here, 1997, Midschool. And let's get into it. Let's talk about what's right, what's wrong, and go over this lovely 90s timepiece. So first off, got this bike because I'm a huge fan of Matt Hoffman, one of the greatest big air riders of all time. And it was really cool because I remember Matt from the old school, right? This guy coming out of Oklahoma, catching massive airs, having this huge half pipe in his backyard. And when he came on the scene, it was look out. And he was part of, I believe, the 1988 GT World Tour coming through town, Rockville BMX. So that was pretty cool. And a lot of just great stuff that he accomplished. So I believe the story, and I'll have to check my facts and rely on the comments and pull out some of the brochures and different things. But I believe Matt had started his company in the early 90s, the beginning of the Midschool era, which for the record, I subscribe that the Midschool started in 92. If you remember, I've shown you a bunch of my 91 old school bikes at the top of the decade. But the 90s were really cool, right? So it gave birth to a lot of different things, including mountain biking and just all kinds of variety and style. But the one thing that I really thought was pretty cool was the tanker direction, as I call it, on the Midschool bikes, right? They just went beefier, heavier, more durable. And Matty Hoffman, to me, epitomized that, right? Because he was just getting such big, massive air that he needed to strengthen the bikes, so they just wanted brake upon landing for him. And so I had a chance to get this 1997 Hoffman Bikes EP to the shop and start kind of working on a Midschool build. So let's go through it. So from the ground up, you actually see it's got some Hoffman skid mark tires. So those are really cool, in great shape. Had a chance to ride those around on some fresh asphalt today, and they ride really smooth, really great. Inside, gotta admit, so these are actually 80s rims. The original would have 48 spoke with GAC hubs and a free coaster, but not what we have here. In fact, what did it is, these are 3/8 axles. So I just put some 80s rims on it, and got to tell you, got the coaster on there. So I love the coaster, and I know people weren't really riding coaster in Midschool, but I got to tell you, this is just a fun bike to cruise around on, and I love my coaster. What can I say? So moving on forward, the three-piece crank set, nothing famous there. In fact, that's a internet special shaker, three-piece. But we do have a nice 44-tooth Hoffman Bikes disc on the chainring, GT pedals, the 9/16. So just had a set of GT. He used to ride for GT, so I didn't find that to be too terrible, although I'd probably rather put a tenderizer set on there. Moving on up, we actually have a Peregrine double clamp, monster clamp as they call it, right? And drain pipe seat post with a sub rosa seat, and pretty comfy, right? Got some nice padding. What I love on this EP is that platform below the seat post tube there, or top of the seat post tube. But pretty cool, right? So an 18.5 approximately top tube. This, of course, you would have had the Condor, but I love that, Matty kept a standing platform on this one, and so I really like the EP. And it's pretty comfy. I mean, it is definitely a shorter top tube, but I enjoy riding it. Moving up front, we have, again, the skid mark tires, the 3/8 hub on just regular 80s spoken hub there, with a set of ombre front brakes, so I actually need to finish installing those. I just haven't. The 990 mounts, actual catalog correct would have been AD Diacomp 990s. But you know, I went with the ombre here. Just got to cable those up and put a lever on. Got the Hoffman stem, and that bolt, I got to tell you, on the Hoffman stem, that thing was a find just in of itself to find that, so it could you know, close off that head tube properly. But it's nice. It's gripping tight, working good. I think that's a Hoffman front loader, I believe, with the bars. Hoffman as well. They're not the low drag, I don't think. I gotta call those out. They're really just like 4-piece. I think the low drag have a little bit more curvature to them and so forth, but there might be a difference between anyway, they're Hoffman bars, but I wanted something a little bit wider, and so those fit the bill. I think they're probably 27, 28 inch wide, so definitely wanted to make sure I had something, you know, kind of match my old school riding style. And then I got the Hoffman grips there, kind of like a mushroom type. Definitely got the squeeze to them. So all up, all in, really enjoy riding this bike. I would like to see some improvements made to it. I will keep eye out for some GAC 3/8 axles on this bike if I can upgrade them. I do have a set of spokes and hubs that we're working on building out. Not even sure if they're 3/8 or not. Might be 14 millimeter. The Condor 97 actually had 14 millimeter in the back and 3/8 up front. Just a very hard set of wheels to come across, but I enjoy these ones here. They're fine for cruising around. It's a nice little mid-school bike, so hope you enjoy it. Matty Hoffman, big shout out to you. You're a legend. Love your bike, and enjoy riding this 1997 Hoffman EP Flatland. Thanks for tuning in, and catch you next time. Later.